You know I believe it, but it's still haven't found what I'm looking for. But it's still haven't found what I'm looking for. But it's still haven't found what I'm looking for. But it's still haven't found what I'm looking for.
In the air tonight, oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life, oh Lord. Can you feel it coming in the air tonight, oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, if it's on me eyes, so you can ride on where you've been. It's open a pack of lies. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, I remember, don't worry. How could I ever forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep your silence up. No, no, you don't fool me. The heart doesn't show, but it'll pay as you grow. It's no stranger to you or me. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord, you can feel it coming in the air tonight.
When I look into your eyes, I can see a lovely flame. But darling, when I hold you, don't you know I feel the same?
your kisses rain. Around and round and round my head, touching the very part of me that's making my soul sing, tearing the very heart of me. I'm crying out for more. Your love is king. Crown you in my heart. Your love is king. You're the ruler of my heart. Your kisses rain. Round and round my head, touching the very part of me that's making my soul sing. I'm crying out for more. Your love is king. I'm coming up. I'm coming. You're making me dance inside. Your love is king. Crown you in my heart. Your love is king. Never need to part. Your kisses rain. Around and round and round my head, touching the very part of me that's making my soul sing, tearing the very heart of me. I'm crying out for more. Touching the very part of me that's making my soul sing. I'm crying out for more. Your love is king. This is no blind faith. This is no sad or sorry dream. This is no blind faith. Your love is real. Got the glory in my heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly request all of you to please take your seats. I strongly suggest you grab a good spot because we've got a great evening coming up.
I'm coming. Your love is king. Touch your love is king. Your love is king. Touch me, touch me. Your love is king. Lost and smell your fragrance. Can't stand in this. I rise from my bed, walking through the day and notice people kissing and holding hands. Weeks have passed since you left me. You're so far away. Why didn't you stay? You're the love and the light. Hope, confidence. You're beautiful and bright. You're the light.
Center. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to begin with our show very shortly. So request all of you to please take your seats, and we're going to begin very, very shortly. Thank you.
No one but you. The feeling of losing you. You're so far away.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Frisia, and it really is such an honor and privilege that I can join each and every one of you here this evening. I will be taking you through the proceedings of this beautiful evening that we have lined up for each and every one of you. I also want to make this evening hear from each. We will be hearing from her very, very soon as we get her onto this stage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, she walks, she leads. This book is one of India's most iconic books because it will feature 24 of India's most iconic women. These are women that belong to different walks of life, but what brings them together is not only their endurance, but it's also about how each and every one of them has reached the pinnacle of success, how each and every one of them has gone through those hurdles to make sure that they have preserved their place at the highest summit. What makes this book really special is the fact that all of these 24 stories are of extraordinary women. Women that each and every one of us has heard about. Women from different walks of life. Gunjan personally went and met each and every one of them and has interviewed them and has taken these interviews and weaved them beautifully in her stories. Not only has she interviewed these women, but what she has also done is that she has also met all those people that have been a part of their journey. Those people that have been their support system, or those people that have cheered them from the sidelines. These names are like a bouquet of stars, if one has to say, that would come together. These names are a mix of global thought leaders, business tycoons, industry veterans, and national icons. With over 120 names that will come together in this book, it's no ordinary record, I have to tell you, because this book actually is the first of its kind in the global publishing domain. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to take up any more of your time, and what I am going to do is let this evening speak for itself. So let's meet our first host for this evening. Someone who really needs no introduction. Someone who always enjoys being a part of every new and promising journey. A businesswoman, an educator, a philanthropist. She is the First Lady of Sports in India, a patron of art and dance, a wife and a mother of Isha, Akash, and Anant. This is that lady that dons so many hats that I actually suspect that she's gone and mastered the art of cloning. Because really, how does one do so much in 24 hours? But the root of her multi-talented personality has also been best described by someone who knows her very, very well. As Mr. Mukesh Ambani would say, that Neeta by nature is a perfectionist, and this reflects in everything that she does. She shows exceptional commitment to achieve whatever she sets out to do. Also, Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan has said about her, I think that whatever my kids will become will be a lot because of what Neeta has inspired them to be through her school and through herself. Whatever project she takes up, she makes sure that she sees it through, and she always gives it that little golden touch. The Reliance Foundation, the Dhirubhai Ambani International School, Mumbai Indians, or the ISL, the Indian Super League as we know it. And very recently, she was actually the first Indian woman to be nominated to be a new member of the International Olympics Committee. I think that deserves a round of applause, everyone. I really could go on and on all evening, and we wouldn't even get to the launch of this book, a woman who really has accomplished so much. So please, let's welcome the lady with the magical touch, Mrs. Neeta Ambani. Whichever you prefer.
Dear Gunjan, my co-host Deepak Bhai, Ajay, Swati, Adi, Suhail, Shirin, my friend Shahrukh, who is on his way, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and a very warm welcome to this enchanting evening of stories. 25 stories, to be precise. 24 of these are in the book. And the 25th, which is an untold story, is that of the storyteller, Gunjan Jain. When Gunjan first approached me with the idea of this book, I wondered how such an ambitious project involving so many highly accomplished women would materialize. Her enthusiasm and commitment to this venture has truly left me in awe. And I'm sure many of those featured in the book have experienced the same. Today, as Gunjan shares with the world the 24 stories that she has painstakingly authored, what will come across is her own story. I invited to accept, be involved, and support her project. Gunjan, thank you for having me, both in your book and to open the evening today. You have truly walked the extra mile in making this book come alive, and that too so vibrantly. Let's all give a big round of applause to Gunjan Jain, the enterprising author of She Walks, She Leads. Ladies and gentlemen, in these 24 stories, you will meet ordinary women who have traversed extraordinary journeys. Women who dared to dream and who have proven that with vision, commitment, and hard work, there is always a way and anything is possible. There are stories of women who make the world a better place from various walks of life, from sports to entertainment, business to philanthropy. Women who have been personal inspirations to me and for whom I have the highest respect and admiration, some of whom are my closest friends. Yet, this book has helped me understand them better and truly appreciate the path that they have taken. In this book, there are life stories that...
So ladies and... I have to do...
Since the launch of began with a story. This story is about in a village in Maharashtra who was born about 70 years ago. She was named Sindhu Sapkal. And Sindhu Sapkal, at the age of 6, was very keen to go to school. But coming and being born in an impoverished family, her parents felt it was necessary for her to look after a few of the water buffaloes that they had. And so, every day her job was to take these buffaloes, graze them, and let them swim in the water. Whilst they were submerged in the water, and you know water buffaloes can be submerged for several hours, Sindhu went to school. But she was always late at school, thanks to her buffaloes, and was always beaten up by her teacher. While she was at school, the buffaloes went into others' territories. And then she was beaten up by the farmers. Yet, she felt that it was the best part of her childhood. Sindhutai, childhood actually ended at the age of 10, when she was married to somebody who was 20 years her senior. And by the age of 20, she had already had 3 sons and was expecting a 4th child. At that time, in this village in Maharashtra, there was a mafia goon who was exploiting the villagers and making them work as slaves. Sindhutai could not tolerate this and complained to the district collector. And that was enough to actually go spread a lie about Sindhutai. He went to her husband and said that she was cheating upon him, that she was having an affair. In fact, he said she was having an affair with himself. And the child that she carried was not her husband's, but of the goon. This infuriated her husband, and he beat her, kicked her on the stomach till she fell unconscious. He thought she was dead, and therefore threw her body in a cowshed full of animals. At that time, she was lying unconscious in a corner, but there was a gentle cow. Once the baby was born, Sindhutai decided to go to her parents. But as you know, it's the tradition, at least in India at that time, particularly in the villages, that if a girl leaves her husband, there is no place for her in her mother's place. And so she was thrown out, homeless, penniless. She was worried about all the scandal that could take place, or of the abuse means of survival. When she was desperate for food, she would get some flour, mix it with water, and the way she cooked it was on the burning human corpses. She was really fed up, very, very disappointed, and wanted to commit suicide several times. And at one time, she went to do this act. She said that she would throw herself and her daughter in front of a running train. But when she went there to the station, she heard a loud groan. And when she followed it, she found that here was an old, helpless man who was actually struggling to even keep alive. He was so hungry and sick. Sindhutai thought that this was in fact a call from God, that she should help the helpless. And rather than committing suicide, resolved that her life would be to improve those who are helpless. Thinking what she could do, she was sitting under a branch of a tree. This tree had been really cut by a woodcutter, and therefore this branch that was hanging was on a splinter. But the branch still and gave shade to her and her daughter. And that was her inspiration. Her inspiration was that even if you have a broken body, even if you are hurt, you can still give help to those who really need it. And she felt the calling from God was that she should give shelter and help to those who really needed it. And hence decided to get orphans and look after them. So she started collecting orphans. She collected orphans, she begged, she sang, and would look after them and care for them. Soon, her actually name spread, and some pious people did built a shelter. And there Sindhutai gave people the love, the care, and the education that she had never got in her youth. And you'll be surprised, she's still living, that more than 1,000 of such orphans she brought up. And so many of them have become doctors, engineers, teachers, and so on. And Sindhutai continues to work. But as she says, that perhaps the most significant achievement, she would say, or memorable event in her life was that once when she was looking up, she was in her home, there, decades after she had been thrown out of her own home, came a man who was dying, who was sick, who was homeless and hungry. She recognized that man. It was her unmerciful husband who had beaten her and driven her out. And she looked after him. She took him on, not as her husband, but as her child. And that is what is the amazing story of a lady called Sindhutai Sapkal. For your information, the daughter who was born in the cowshed became a doctor, and 2 of her sons became doctorates and achieved PhD. So now, now I'm going to quote what she says when she spoke somewhere. When difficulties come, she says, we should stand and rise above them so they look small. Don't be afraid to go ahead and fight. This was my life, she concludes. My path was full of thorns, so I made friends. And my life became simple and beautiful. As she says, my path was full of thorns, so I made friends with those thorns, and my life became simple and beautiful. The 24 stories that are in this book are really other examples of outstanding women from all walks of life. Some of them were born in privilege. Some of them married into privilege, and others have achieved it. I can say that I claim to know many of those who are featured in the book closely. But still, I think Gunjan has done an excellent job of actually bringing out things which I never knew about some people whom I thought I was close to. So, Gunjan, you've done a tremendous job to bring out what is the best in all these very accomplished women. And the number of people that you've interviewed, and really I also didn't know some things what people said about my own wife, so I can imagine what you have. So congratulations. I think it's not a normal book. It is giving us insight into things that very few of us otherwise. The importance of this book is not only is it an inspiration for women, but it's also an inspiration for all mankind and all men as well, because these are amazing achievements. In our own culture, if you look at it, the role of women has been extremely important. If you was to just look at the realm of spirituality, it says that devotees seek to attain the divine grace. Every devotee strives to attain divine grace. And actually this grace originates in Shakti, or the feminine form, or the feminine quality of, and what highlighted. And really, female divinity in some ways comes before that of male in any which way. And I just want to end, just think of it. Call them Lakshmi Vishnu. You don't call Vishnu and Lakshmi. You call them Radha Krishna. You call them Sita Ram. And it is said that if you have to get to Vishnu, you have to first please Lakshmi. So with that, I wish you all the best.
Wow. Appropriate words here to celebrate a book that celebrates women. Your speech to a woman of the hour. She across 5 countries, 3 continents, and she has also had academic persons in each and every one. But ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you that it takes a lot of gumption, a lot of self-belief to go out there and pursue what is your calling. I would have to say that none of these academic pursuits that she has gone through bearing current of
I'd like to say words cannot express my appreciation for your support. Thank you for your participation in the program. It is a real honor for me, and thank you all for your unflinching support and encouragement at this phase. Of course, to my parents, my biggest support through the entire process. Their belief in me pushed me to continue when I was tempted to give up. They did not ever doubt my ability to see this project through and instilled in me the self-confidence. I would also like to thank my brother, Arhant, my sister, Sonal, my sister-in-law, Soni, and my brother-in-law, Abhishek, for being there for me. I read this quote that I read a few days ago. When we look back at life, we realize no true moment really defines us. But in fact, it is the events leading up to that moment do. It's uncanny how perfectly it is to bring to light the journey of these successful women junctures and similar junctures in their own lives. The last 3 years have been intense for me. I literally woke up one day to the vision of this book, an anthology of the great failures, desperate hopes, and soaring aspirations. I didn't know start, but knew that start I must. Notions, but these were rapidly being shattered. The more I learned, the more humble. Each woman was a shooting star, blazing her unique path across life's dark clouds. My first interview, I met Dr. Piramal a few times socially, but this was the first time I was meeting her on a professional level. And understandably, I was very, very nervous. It was also the first step towards the actual realization of my dream, because till then it had all been research. I'll never forget that first meeting. It was a huge, huge moment for me. With every interview, I gained more strength in my strength and my abilities. Every encounter was a revelation, not just about the person, but also about the philosophy that they had lived by. From Induji, I learned the power of spiritual practice. My interaction with Neetaji humbled me and taught me that irrespective of one's stature, one could always find themselves being sensitive to the plight of others. From Rajeshri Ji, I understood the importance of courage and fortitude. From Swatiji, I gained the lifelong quest for learning and an interest in creativity and belief in optimism. From Saina, Sania, and Maricom, who are closest to my age, I learned the power of mental strength to overcome the obstacles that will come in my way of following my own dreams. I'm certain these stories will light up the lives of thousands of women who read the book. They will act as a constant exhortation to keep going till the job is done, till the goal they have achieved for themselves is materialized. The goal they have set for themselves is materialized. As I travel from one city to another to meet my subjects, their friends, associates, and families, trying to connect the dots, what emerged was that success is not a product of one's own alone efforts. There's an entire ecosystem supporting and encouraging them. People behind the scenes who are holding fort, offering advice and comfort, walking with them on their journey. Thus, my book records not the accomplishments and motivations of the iconic women achievers, but also the complexity of dependent relationships in their lives, both personal and professional. After meeting many of them, especially their better halves, I'm convinced that they are the wind beneath the wings. Through She Walks, She Leads, I also wanted to highlight the role played by these people, and I hope I have done that effectively. Today, when I look back at everything I've learned and experienced during the journey of the book, I'm filled with hope for the future of my generation. Slowly but steadily, Indian women are making their presence felt. Change may be slow. In his films, Shah Rukh has never held back from setting new trends. And at the same time, he always made sure that he evolves with the times, be it acquiring a lean, mean look or keeping up with the latest.
When she said his pursuit of, I thought she was going his pursuit of women, perhaps write a book about and mention how I owe my life to them. But tonight, some stuff for you, Gunjan, because I'm also a struggling writer. I've not been able to take my calling very seriously. The book, yes, I spent some time with her talking about some of the ladies in the book. Some of them are present here, some who are not. But this is meant for all of you who are part of this book, and specifically you, Gunjan, for having done this. When I say lie down, just listen to me, aram se, no other way. So 24 women written about by Gunjan Jain. Women and girls who have fought extraordinary battles and continue to fight for their beliefs. It's about their associations, their relations, professionally and personally. Their walks, their falls, their losses, their trials, and still their will to get up and not only walk again, but blaze a trail behind in their paths to become leaders in their fields. The book is not only a celebration of their triumphs, but in a world where, unfortunately, this book, I have known them personally, or at least socially, or some who I'd love to meet and spend some time with. So please, those of you who haven't met yet, can you airdrop your telephone numbers to mine? Yeah, my airdrop code is Rahul, naam to suna hoga. That's my, at least some rhyming lines that I felt about girls all around the world. So I will read that out and say that all these beautiful women in Gunjan's book are an inspiration and icons for all young girls to go out and fight for their rights. So his quote was more or less this. I've tried to rhyme it. I hope this works. This is for girls who stay up all night. This is for you who are willing to fight. For hidden fears, hurt, pain and tears, under the smiles, laughs and giggles we hear. Let your hair down, straight or curls. You're beautiful because you fight like a girl. For girls who wear short skirts and their heart on their sleeve. For girls who know how difficult it is to believe. The girls who scream and cry to their pillows and tell them their goals. For girls who have a secret but can't tell a soul. Let your eyes be your diamonds. Make them your pearls. You're beautiful because you fight like a girl. For girls who have made mistakes and have had regrets galore, because you fight like a girl. For the girls who love with all their heart, although it sometimes gets broke. To girls who think it's over. To real girls, to all girls who have tears to soak. You throw, you pick up and fall, but just tell the world I'm beautiful because I fight like a girl. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great lunch.
Mr. Khan, if I could kindly request you to continue joining us on
Not tonight,
stage.
darling. I have a headache.
I'll make sure I pass my number on. But if I could request you to continue joining us on stage, we actually have something very special that we would like to present to you. And may I please request Mrs. Neeta Ambani to come and join us. She has a very special token of appreciation that she would like to give you.
Look here, right. Down, take it down. Down, ma'am, you are right. Excuse me, ma'am, here. Hands up, right, hands up, right.
take place soon. And the topic of discussion that we have that will be covered is the pursuit of success. Do more seats, the evening isn't over. Start the poem. Start the poem. Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, what we have now... Ma'am is saying that she would like everyone to settle down and then she can begin. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if we could request all of you to settle down. At a stage in life when most people say that they would like to sit back and take it very easy, Dr. Swati Piramal was very busy setting new goals for herself. In her conversation with Gunjan, she has set her mission for many coming years. What she is about to present to each and every one of you is extremely special and close to her heart. She's meticulously gone through every single chapter in the book, and she has